Usually for Jordans, OG colorways just are in their special own category. There's just something more historically significant and special about colorways that Michael Jordan wore himself, or colorways that released when Michael Jordan was still with the Chicago Bulls. But sometimes non-OG colorways can be just as good. As much as I love the Jordan 12 flu games, depending on my mood, depending on the day of the week, I think this Jordan 12 colorway may be my favorite ever. Air Jordan 12 Mellow University Blue. Now the shoe is dropping on May 17th for $20 in the United States. Originally, this colorway dropped in 2004. It was during Carmelo Anthony's rookie season. Carmelo Anthony, obviously a longtime Jordan Brand athlete, he wore this colorway. This matches his Denver Nuggets uniform back then. Now, originally this shoe did drop first as a women's exclusive in 2004. And then I think it was a few months later they dropped it in men's sizes as well. And since then, we've never actually seen this colorway back. And first impressions of this shoe, delicious. I love this baby blue, powder blue, UNC blue, whatever shade or any similar shade I love, especially on Jordan Brand shoes. It is just bonkers. That shade, this color in the early to mid 2000s had like a grip on culture. It just was so popular. I remember in high school, like boys, girls of all ages, anyone didn't care about basketball, didn't care about the NBA, didn't even know who Carmelo Anthony was. They had a Denver Nuggets uniform. This color, at least where I grew up, just really had like a stranglehold on hype, popularity. That has always stuck with me without me even realizing. Like subconsciously, I still really love this colorway. And on this shoe, on this silhouette, it is just so nice. It's so simple, so clean, just ice cold, beautiful, really beautiful. And my non-designer brain, I'm like trying to imagine if it had like icy blue outsoles, maybe it'll look really cool too, but that is my non-designer brain thinking. Sometimes in my head, it like looks better than if it actually like came out in reality. But yeah, delicious colorway, delicious. And one thing I really wish Jordan Brand would do is to bring back the Mellow 1.5s. For whatever reason, I just really gravitate towards that silhouette. I just think it looks so good. Bring them back. And the materials on the shoe, pretty similar to other general release Jordan 12s. So you have leather on the base layer, and you can see the texture of the leather quite clearly. See that quite often on Jordan 12s. It's not exactly like the best, most premium type of leather. It feels pretty soft at the touch, but it's not like super thick leather. I do like the texture of it. And then on the mudguard area, you'll see that faux lizard skin. One of the most distinct things about the Jordan 12 is that faux lizard skin there with the Jumpman tab right at the back of the mudguard there. Now, if you didn't know, the Jordan 12, again, designed by Tinker Hatfield. He was inspired by Japan, which was nicknamed the Land of the Rising Sun. So the stitching on the upper, that is very distinct. That is meant to resemble the rays of the sun, and the shape of the 12 overall is actually inspired by high heels. So you'll see this kind of sleek, kind of angled down shape, and then a high kind of ankle cut. Yeah, you can definitely see the inspiration once you know the story behind it. And the 12 also was the first Jordan Brand shoe that actually was released under like the new spun off Jordan Brand entity overall. And then moving up the tongue, another very unique thing about the Jordan 12, it is a 2-3 with the Jumpman on the top, and that looks beautiful. Now moving on to the eyelets of the shoe, you'll see these chrome aesthetic type of eyelets on the top 4. That is not like super premium materials or anything, but it's meant to look slightly elevated. The one that Mellow actually wore, it had gold eyelets up top. Do I wish it would have been the same? Yes. Do I care? Not too much, because it is still a beautiful colorway. And Mellow also did have his name stitched on the heel of the shoe. And this shoe does not come with any extra laces, just white laces out of the box. Would have kind of wanted to see how the blue laces would look on this shoe, like just to kind of complement the rest of the color. But yeah, white laces it is. Now wrapping around to the booty of the shoe, you'll get this very distinct pull tab that has the Jordan branding there with the phrase quality inspired by the greatest player ever. And then on the back, extending up from the outsole, number 23. Now one thing you may have noticed is the ventilation on this shoe is about as absent as a deadbeat dad. So if you have filthy feet, just keep that in mind. Now in terms of the cushioning of the Jordan 12, comes with a Phylon midsole with full-length Zoom Air, and the Jordan 12 was actually the first Jordan Brand shoe to get rid of Nike Air, replaced it with Zoom Air, Also has a carbon fiber shank, and you see the rubber outsole here. Got that herringbone traction, tried and true. Great looking outsole. Honestly, all the retro Jordan brand shoes have at least good outsoles. Good to like absolutely delicious, beautiful. One thing though that I don't love about the Jordan 12 outsole is this little Jumpman that extends onto the toe of the shoe. Don't love that, but very, very minor complaint. And the insole of the shoe, it is a Dreamcell insole with the same delicious blue on it. Jumpman branding on the heel. Now the box of the shoe, actually an original Jordan 12 box with Nike branding, and you get the phrase on the side of this box, engineered and built to the exact specifications of championship athletes around the world. And inside, just brown paper. Now moving on to sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for Jordan 12s. I usually stick true to size. You may be able to go up half a size if you have wide and flat feet like myself. Now one thing about the 12s is this arch area for flat footers, it can go up pretty high, so it can kind of take a bit of break-in time to really get used to this part. And for this shoe specifically, usually for 12s, I don't have too much of a problem for the forefoot. But for this shoe, especially my left foot, where it's a bit wider than my right foot, it felt kind of tight there. Might just be like slightly stiffer materials. If I had to choose, I would still go true to size, because I feel like lengthwise, if I went up half a size, it sometimes can feel a bit too long. Starts creasing like, you know, vertically. It just looks really weird. But yeah, for the 12s, for wide and flat footers, honestly, I don't feel like there's a perfect solution, because that arch area does extend pretty high up. Now, in terms of comfort, just like under your feet, remember this is a basketball shoe. The carbon fiber shank plate, that can feel kind of stiff out of the box if you're just like walking around in them. The full length Zoom Air is pretty good responsiveness and cushioning, but definitely can't compare it to like a walking focused shoe, or a shoe that came out for comfort and walking purposes only. Casual use, I think you're fine. It is decently comfortable. I think the 5s, 3s, even 2s, which is a super old shoe, the 13s, 14s, are more comfortable than 12s. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 12 Mellow University Blue to 31 out of 40. A pretty high score compared to other general releases. Now first, it is colorway. Beautiful. I love it. I love this shade of blue. It is my favorite on Jordan brand sneakers. And this isn't like super, super light, and it doesn't look just kind of pale. It is just so clean. So easy to wear, just definitely Michelin star rated delicious. Now in terms of the materials, it is decent, nothing super premium. Really like how you can see the texture of the shoe. The toe box is pretty soft too. It's not like super, super thick like the Jordan 1 Bread. Can't expect that. Decent materials, nothing like too crazy that'll blow your mind. And in terms of comfort, for this Jordan 12 specifically, I think it's a little bit more uncomfortable than other Jordan 12s. It felt a bit more stiff in the toe box area. Might need to give it more break-in time, but yeah, just slightly more stiff than usual. Usually for like 12s, I give it a 7 out of 10. Not super, super comfortable, but it's okay, it's decent. For this one, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Now in terms of the versatility of the shoe, I think the shape of the 12s has really started to grow on me, like versatility-wise. And wearability of the colorway, it is just bonkers easy to wear. Majority white sneaker, can't really go wrong with that. This blue isn't too bold. It is still a pretty standard looking color. Still can like turn heads without just making a fool of yourself and being too loud. Yeah, overall, I think this is a very versatile shoe. There's just so much nostalgia for me for this colorway. In 2004, that was when I was like still peak NBA fandom. Allen Iverson was still really good. You had Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, all in their rookie seasons. Chris Bosh as well. They were all really good right out the gate. You had Steve Francis, T-Mac, Baron Davis, just so much fun. Yeah, really fun time. Never thought I'd be able to get my hands on them, but I have my hands on them. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 12 Mellow University Blue. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.